This is the Mohsin Mortgage Program with Sarah Mohsin. Mohsin Mortgage is licensed in several states for residential and commercial purchases and refinancing. Call 800-662-9550. And now, here's your host, Sarah Mohsin.
Hey, folks, it's great to be back here again, and it's Tuesday, and certainly looking forward to having my guest here. Been waiting for weeks to bring Russ White back from Service Masters. I'll tell you what, it was really quite a blessing. I met Russ, and I was just telling my brother about you, Russ, by the way. And I said to him, what a wonderful person you are. You truly are so kind and very sweet. And I think I may have been a little too pushy, a little too telling you what to do, but
no, that's something I needed.
Well, it was just amazing because when we started chatting, you had called me and you mentioned that I've always been saying, ask the question and see whether we can do something. Right. And you were listening to us for a while, right? Yeah,
for a while. The first time I had somebody, give me a telephone number because I was rated like 6.5, so I needed to do something with it. Mm-hmm. And then I had somebody give me a telephone number, call the number, and send some information over. And they said I pretty much needed to take about a year off and kind of straighten it out.
Right.
So I did that twice. And the time I was here last, we spoke, and I told you I was coming across from one side of the Cape Cod Canal to the other, and That's when you said, what have you got to lose? And it hit me right then and there. Like I said, I pulled over, I made the phone call, and we spoke right then and there.
Well, I think the big thing is when we look at the way our company operates, I've been on radio for at least over 2 years with WEZ, and then we also have WROL, which has been on the air with the Mohsin program since November of last year. And prior to that, I've been on radio throughout the U.S. with a very good friend of mine, Glenn Meekum, who has a syndicated show. So my responsibility and desire and drive is literally about educating folks. Our company, Mohsin Mortgage, does the underwriting and processing of loans. And so when we were chatting, you were asking about literally the technical side, about where you would be and whether there was possibility of getting refinanced. And I am so happy that you heard me saying, ask the question, and just took that chance to make that free phone call.
Right, it was, and that was the best thing about it. And when what do you have to lose? And I was like, it's just a phone call. So I mean, it was the best thing I ever did.
It truly, I felt blessed because I so enjoy you and your family, and I found that truly there's possibility with anything. You were in a good place. It wasn't an impossible situation or a loan that was one of the absolute hardest loans. There's work involved with anything that you do in life, and what happened was you took the initiative.
Right. Well, I was told that I was kind of going, the other way. Don't even bother with this. So, I mean, and that's when you turn the whole thing around.
And I think that didn't it give you some peace of mind, at least when everything was done with the loan itself? How did you feel?
Huge. Yeah, definitely.
You look rested.
I sleep better at night.
Don't you sleep better at night? Am I not right about that?
The best thing about the thing is not seeing the credit card bills come in every month.
Right.
It's just, I know they're not coming because, we paid them. So it's one less thing to worry about. So it's just down to the regular, everyday bills.
Right, and it's anxiety. It's sort of, which one am I going to pay? And it's not only that, it's just the fact that you have other obligations, children and household and things like that. And as an average American, you're working hard and you're sort of not making a dent. And some of the stuff has accumulated the debt based on the fact that there are expenses. And these are not like buying a bright, new, shiny car. It's just basic expenses, whether it's medical bills or basic things that happen. Car breaks down, washer breaks down.
Right.
And what I say to folks is don't be hard on yourself. Don't say that this is you and you've just created this debt and it's all your fault and that you don't deserve to get a second chance. Everybody gets a chance, a second chance, a third chance. The big thing is to figure out how you can solve the current situation because, I mean, having sleepless nights, we've all been there.
Right.
It's the worst feeling.
It is.
And then what happens then is then your health goes because you're not getting enough sleep. And speaking of health, you are now on the Sarah Warnert nutrition plan.
And that's working out great.
Has it not worked out for you?
Mm-hmm.
See, this is my coach and trainer who I don't endorse many people. I'll endorse her and your company, Service Masters, both you and Sandy. Amazing. Your owner has done an amazing job. Incredible people. You're involved with helping folks during disaster situations, right?
Yeah, he's had the company for 40 years.
Mm-hmm. And you're based out of which two areas?
Right, Situate and Sandwich.
Mm-hmm. So if ever there's anything, let's say, damage with a home based on floods and tornadoes.
Fires, mold, anything got to do with disaster work, we'll take care of it.
So I really encourage folks, if you have anything that is pending with weather-related or otherwise that have damaged your property, you're doing commercial and residential properties, right? Mm-hmm. And Service Masters, obviously you can call us here at 1-800-662-9550. I'll tell you what, your owner's done a great job with the company because of the people that are there, both you and Sandy.
Yes.
Listen to you. Yeah. Is that a pat on the back for yourself?
No. We have a great staff. We do. We have people that have been there, 15, 20 years. Obviously we have some new people too, but it's nice to come in every day and be with the same people, and we work together pretty much as a team. So it works for us.
It just speaks volumes about how a business is running when you see the people that make up that business. Mm-hmm. It's not the person who owns it; it's the people that are working there, that are giving back, that are happy to be there, that enjoy it, that have. Adrian's laughing here; she's our producer. I just love you, Adrian. You're wonderful, but you have to have laughs with the work because we spend a majority of our time at work, not with our families, and therefore you do not want to be working somewhere where you're miserable. And certainly with Service Masters, what I did realize is we worked on your loan and a few other folks there at Service
Sandy
Masters.
and Jim.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And everyone
and they went through the same thing. They went to some other people and couldn't get anywhere, and between your company, turned everything around.
Well, we really know the technical side of things because it's easy for people that are out in these other companies that may be larger. We're just a family-owned business, and we understand the guidelines, and we work with 30 wholesale lenders. So every person has different needs, and yours was a different need for a different type of loan like Sandy's and Jim's, and it's not a cookie-cutter thing. That's not what finances are about. But as we saw your loan close, you now have this long-term goal of putting money away for retirement, grandchildren, your kids, things of that nature. That changes everything.
Right. Yep.
You're a happy camper. So with the way things are with you in your long-term goals, how did you feel? Obviously there's peace of mind, but do you now have these goals, like 5-year goals or 10-year goals? And
the main thing is I'd like to stay away from the credit cards because just the feeling that was. What we're trying to do is, if we can pay cash for it, if something that you need, try to get it that way. If you can't do it this week, maybe next week. We're just trying to, stay away from the credit cards, not to get back into this again because quite a while ago when we refinanced years ago, we did the same thing. We said, let's not get back into the credit card thing. We went right back into it, and here we are with you and straightened it out again. Don't want to go back there definitely this time. It's too stressful. It's not worth it,
It isn't worth it. And what do you think is going to be different this time, though? Because that's our concern always, that we don't become a referral business for the same client over and over again. I've talked about this, and I certainly want folks to get peace of mind and then refer us to their family and friends and not have them go through the same situation again if they can help it, and that it's a learning process. That is our goal, that it's long-term and that it is hard to stay away from credit cards. Mm-hmm. Granted, but that's why we apply that aspect of putting money away towards savings, or when you're refinancing, taking some equity out.
Right.
And rates being around 3 or 4%, you take equity out of your property, then you have emergency funds, and you don't have to go to the credit cards.
Right. Yeah, that's key thing. Yep.
Right. And did you find that happen last time when you were doing your loan, or was it just let's just do it and pay off the bills and not.
Yeah, we paid them off, and obviously, life took over again, and out come the credit cards. Yeah, we'll pay it off, within the next couple of months, and next couple of months we're out charging something else, and then something else, and it got to a point where it got out of control again.
Right.
So.
And I mean, that's where I look at that and I say to folks, like, if we can help, and I've always said my lines are open and to call. And
that's what you're only a phone call away, so that's a good thing for me if I need to call you and say, Sarah, please help.
But it's just something that that it's not just that, we've done the loan and moving forward, and we chat, we have conversations. I just feel so blessed that you became a part of our lives here at Mohsin as well, because I do enjoy you as a person and your family, your wife, and knowing that you have a plan in place and we've found a solution, and it's not over till it's over. Right. Because there was a point where you were probably thinking, well, it's just not going to happen. There are no options.
Yeah, well, the last time I had those two, I went to the two different people that ran some reports and stuff, and, they said, I need a lot of fixing. And that's, when I called you, I mean, instantly things started happening. So it worked out great for me.
Well, that's good to know. And just a little bit more about Service Masters and how we can be of help in respect to making sure that people do come to you and to your company, as well as reach out to you for help in disaster situations. They're basically based out of here. Can you give the two locations again, Russ? Yep,
we're right out of Scituate and Sandwich.
Okay, and 24/7?
24/7.
Okay, and any other aspects? It's damages on your property, commercial and residential. And again, folks, I really endorse this company. I'm going to have Russ back again in a few days, but feel free to call and ask the question. We can lower your mortgage payment. We can get you a lower interest rate. Stay well. Great to have you here, Russ.
Thank you.
This has been the Mohsin Mortgage Program with Sarah Mohsin. Mohsin Mortgage is licensed in several states for residential and commercial purchases and refinancing. Call 800-662-9550.